Welcome back to another video, and today we got our Week 18 NFL game predictions, and I apologize for all of the past 2 weeks. We've just kind of been all over the place with the schedule. I said this last time, but I do mean it now. We are going to next week be back to the normal 4 times a week schedule: college basketball every Monday, college football every Tuesday, NFL every Wednesday, and NBA every Thursday. I've had the holidays, so I had a lot of family in town visiting. Didn't really have much time to record, and I also got my wisdom teeth out, so just kind of a lot of things going on these past 2 weeks. But like I said, next week we'll be back to our 4 times a week schedule. But today we're going to be doing our NFL game picks. Yes, it's a little bit later than usual, but no games have been played yet, so it kind of worked out there. Let's take a look at the standings real quick. I'm still in first. I've gained another game on second place here. I got a 7 game lead now, and I have won the first 3 years we've done this. So I'm going for the four-peat this year, and I'm in a pretty good spot to do it. Although the playoffs are double points, and the Super Bowl is 3, so definitely not clinched or anything whatsoever. Let's get into the Saturday games, and it's two AFC North matchups here on Saturday. The Browns versus Ravens. I don't think I've ever seen a spread this big on an NFL game. I mean, this is crazy to me. The Ravens are 20-point favorites, and it feels like it keeps getting more and more as the day goes on. This is crazy to me. There's in no world am I going against a 20-point favorite. Cleveland is plus 1,200 to win this game. I mean, you just don't see numbers like that in NFL games. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Ravens here pretty clearly. Bengals versus Steelers. This one is very tough. An 8-8 team versus a 10-16. The Bengals need a win as well as a Dolphins and a Broncos loss to get into the playoffs. The Steelers have already clinched the playoffs, but they're just fighting for seeding right now. I think there's still a chance uh, that you know they can win the AFC North. So yeah, so they can. They're both these teams are in a must-win scenario. The Bengals more than the Steelers because the Steelers have clinched the playoffs. It is in Pittsburgh though. Surprisingly, the Bengals are 2.5 point favorites. I'm I'm actually going to take the Bengals. I don't hate the Steelers pick here just because they're at home. Everyone else is on the Bengals. I really thought about going the Steelers here. This is definitely a 50-50 game. But with the way the Bengals are playing right now, I mean, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, that whole offense is just ridiculous right now. I think this could be a high-scoring game. If it is a high-scoring game, I think it favors the Bengals because I don't think the Steelers' offense is that good. I know the Bengals' defense is probably the worst in the NFL, but I don't know if it gets into a shootout. I like the Bengals' offense there, so I'm gonna take the Bengals, but again, very close. Definitely could go either way. Moving on to our next game, it's going to be the Panthers going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. And I know Penix has not looked amazing in his first couple starts, but surprising to see everyone on the Panthers. I'm going to take the Falcons. They're 7.5 point favorites at home. This feels like a pretty clear spot to go ahead and take them. Uh, I'm going to trust them. They need to win. They're a game back at the Buccaneers. They're not eliminated from the playoffs. If they win and the Bucks lose, then the Falcons can get that 4 seed in the NFC. So, the Falcons must-win game. I think they do it at home. I'm again very surprised to see the Panthers. I could see the Panthers pulling this one off. They actually looked pretty solid the past couple weeks. But I am going to take the Falcons here. I mean, at home. Again, they need a win to stay alive. I think they get it. The Commanders versus Cowboys. I'm not sure. I think the Commanders will be playing all their starters just because they want to get a higher seed, and I think it is possible. They are 11-5 as of right now. Looking at the Packers are also 11-5. So yeah, they're trying to get better seeding. I think they'll be playing everyone, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them. The Cowboys aren't playing for anything as of right now. Pretty clear spot here to take Washington, I think. The Bears versus Packers. Again, the Packers are playing for seeding. They're tied with the Commanders right now. They need to get a win, and it is their rival at home here in Green Bay and Lambeau at this time of the year. The Bears are on a 10-game losing streak. I think they finish the year on an 11-game losing streak. I'm going to take the Packers at home. They're 10-point favorites. This one seems pretty clear to me. The Texans versus Titans. Surprisingly, the Titans are actually favored in this game. I mean, the Texans probably will sit some of their starters just with the division having, being wrapped up, and I don't think they can get any higher in the standings. I believe they're locked. They might be, yeah, they're locked in at the 4 seed at this point. They have nothing to play for. But the Titans, I mean, do they even want to win this one? They're trying to get a higher pick. They're favored by 1.5 at home. I think I'm going to take the Texans just because I think the Titans don't want to win this game. But I don't know. I mean, the Titans could win. They're at home. Again, the Texans will probably have their entire second strings in, maybe even third strings. This is gonna look. Well, this is gonna be a terrible game. The over/under's 36.5. I mean, it's just bad. Uh, yeah. Again, I could see the Titans winning at home, but do they even want to win is the question. I mean, if I'm a Titans fan, I want to lose. Uh, at 3-13, they're trying to get that number one pick, and it's still possible. I guess there's a lot of teams at 3-13. I'll take the Texans. The Jaguars, Colts, two teams playing for nothing at this point. I think Indy gets the win at home. The Jaguars, again, trying to get a lower pick. I think the Colts, at this point, just get a nice little win here to cap off the season at home. They're 5-point favorites. I don't know. I mean, the Jaguars could win. Brian Thomas, I'll say, has looked like a absolute steal of a draft pick. He's been amazing for them. The Jaguars could be good in the future, but this year, just trying to get a better draft pick. They finish at, if they lose the game, finish at 4-13. They're going to be set up in a really good spot. I think the Colts win it here at home. The Bills versus Patriots. The Bills are locked in at the 2 seed at this point, so they're probably going to be sitting their entire team. The Patriots, although have the number 1 pick as of right now. So if they lose, they keep it. If they win, then it's going to get all crazy. So two teams that, I mean, the Bills don't need to win. The Patriots don't want to win. The Bills, even with their second and third strings in, are still favored by 3. I actually take the Bills to win. I mean, these weeks are so hard because half of these games, there's teams not playing their starters. There's teams trying to lose to get a better draft pick. I think at this point, I mean, it doesn't hurt the Bills if they win this game. It definitely hurts the Patriots if they win. And if the Patriots lose, it benefits them. It gives the Bills another win. So I think the Bills win. I think the Patriots are going to be wanting to keep that number 1 pick. But we will ultimately see. I mean, I don't know. It could go either way. The fact the Bills are still favored is kind of funny to me. Eagles versus Giants. Again, the Eagles are locked in and at the 2 seed in the NFC. So they're not playing for anything. They're sitting all their starters. They're also still 2.5-point favorites. I'm going to take them at home as well. I think they get it done. I think the Giants are trying to lose as well. Give me Philly at home. The offense just looks amazing. The defense is arguably the best in the league as well. This team is poised for a deep playoff run. An NFC South matchup here, the Saints versus the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers if they win, they are in. I think they get a win here at home. The Saints aren't anything special. They're 5-11. Their entire offense is injured. I don't think the Saints really stand a chance. Whenever these two teams play, it does tend to be a close game. Does tend to be a low-scoring game. So the fact that the Bucs are favored by 14, maybe you could say the Saints could cover that. I don't know though. I mean the Bucs are needing a win. I think it would be stupid if they to pick the Saints here. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to take the Buccaneers at home in a must-win. The Chiefs versus Broncos. Now, this is one of those situations where a team sitting all their starters, the Chiefs will have literally nobody meaningful playing. The Broncos, a win, and they're in the playoffs. I'll take the Broncos here. Normally, I would take the Chiefs at 15-1. But the fact that the Broncos need this win to get in. Now, if they lose, there's still a chance that the Broncos get in. But if the Broncos lose, then they're also going to need the Bengals and the Dolphins to lose as well just to secure that spot. But I think the Broncos get a win here in Denver. The Chiefs, Trent McDuffie, Chris Jones, Mahomes, literally everyone important will not be playing. which is probably the smart thing to do. The Broncos are also favored by 10.5. Seems pretty easy here to go ahead and take the Broncos. Another AFC West matchup: the Chargers versus the Raiders. I'm not sure if the seeding affects the Chargers at all. I kind of want to look at this real quick. Yeah, so the Chargers could go anywhere from 5 to 7. It looks like. Um, yeah, so the Chargers, they have clinched a playoff berth at this point, so that is good. So they don't necessarily need to play their starters, but they will, I believe, just to ensure they get this win, get the seeding right. I think they go ahead and win against the Raiders. The Raiders are one of those teams vying for a high draft pick. I think they want to lose this game. The Raiders have looked abysmal the past couple weeks. I think the Chargers get it done there. Their defense is loaded. The offense looks very solid with Justin Herbert as well. Lad McConkey's been amazing this season. I think the Chargers go out and get a win. The Rams versus Seahawks, an NFC West matchup here where the Rams are sitting every single one of their starters. When looking at the Rams, yeah, they're locked in at 3 seed, it looks like. So, with that being said, I'll take the Seahawks. The Seahawks have been eliminated from the playoffs at this point, so I guess it doesn't really change anything here for the Seahawks. But they're still going to play their team, it looks like, so I'll take the Seahawks, but just off the fact that the Rams aren't going to be playing anyone. Yeah, I'll take the Seahawks here. The offense JSN has been amazing this year for them. I know Kenneth Walker's injured. I'm still going to take Seattle. The Rams just announced, McVay just said literally everyone is not playing in this game. So I'll take Seattle. The Dolphins versus Jets. Surprisingly, the Dolphins are only favored by 1. I guess that's because Tyler Huntley's starting. I think the Dolphins, though, in a must-win game, I think they win. I think it will be close. The sportsbooks are saying it's essentially a pick 'em. Actually, no. The more that I think about it, the more it makes sense to me. I still think Tyler Huntley gets the win. I could see the Jets winning, but again, they're not playing for anything. They're arguably, I mean, at this point, trying to lose. The over/under in pretty much every game this week is just so low. It's kind of crazy to look at. I will take the Dolphins, though, but I do hesitate a little. I just think must win. They sneak it out. I think they barely get it done. The 49ers versus Cardinals, 2 teams eliminated from the playoffs, just playing for pride at this point. Who would have thought the Niners have a chance to finish 6-11 this year? Just an absolute. I mean, I don't even know what happened. They were the team I picked to win the Super Bowl coming into the year. That was just one of the worst misses in maybe the worst thing I've ever done on this channel. Worst prediction I've ever made. That's just terrible. I'll take Arizona at home. I think this one's fine. I mean, everyone else is there. I might as well try and get one on everyone. Arizona at home. They're 4.5-point favorites as well. I don't know. I mean, both these teams aren't playing for anything. This is one of those meaningless games. Yeah, I'll take the Cardinals at home, I guess. And now the main event, Sunday Night Football, the game of the week. 2 14-2 teams. This is for the 1 seed in the NFC, 2 NFC North teams. The Vikings go to Detroit to take on the Lions. The Lions coming off that Monday night win against the 49ers. This is going to be a fun one. I think this is going to be one of the best games of the regular season. I think it's going to be a very close game. You can see it in the spread. The Lions only favored by 2.5. You don't see that very often. I feel like I've been hating on the Vikings all year. Been picking against them. They've been proving me wrong. This one, I hate to do it. I'm going to take the Lions. I feel like I pick against the Vikings so often. I did it last week too against the Packers. The Vikings dominated them. All right. Let's get to facts. These are 2 of the best teams in the NFL. I don't think there's any doubt there. I mean, arguably these are 2 top 5 teams. I think that's fair to say. I would say it's the Chiefs and the Bills. This is in no order. The Chiefs and the Bills, and then the Lions, the Eagles, and probably the Vikings are the 5 best teams in the league. I mean, you could argue the Ravens. There's some. I mean, maybe even the Packers, but I'd say those are the five best teams. First thing, I'm going to take the home team. That seems like a pretty clear advantage here. Primetime game. I know. I mean, the Viking. Both these teams are coming off tough games. Let's keep that. Um, I don't know. The Lions are very injured. That I feel like that helps the Vikings a little bit. Could the Vikings win? Yes, their defense is one of the best in the league. But I just think even with the Lions being injured, I don't know. I just can't pick against this team. This team has just dominated the entire season, and at home, I think they get one last victory, one last big win before the playoffs. I think they get the one seed in the NFC, and I think they take down Minnesota, put the Vikings at the five seed. Kind of crazy that a 14-3 team is going to be the five seed. I mean, that is ridiculous. I feel like there's a lot of high win teams this year. I feel like more than usual. I mean, you have two 14-2 teams here. You have the 15-1 Chiefs. The Eagles and the Bills are going to be either 13-4 or 14-3. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to take the Lions. This one could go either way, though. But that is going to do it for the Week 18 NFL game predictions. Hope you guys enjoy this one again. Next week, we will be back to normal Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for videos in the typical order: college basketball, college football, NFL, NBA. I apologize for the kind of wackiness all over the place the past 2 weeks. We will be getting back to normal, though. Hopefully, we can hit 200 subscribers here soon here to just kick off the new year. That would be great. I would love for that to happen. Would be a nice New Year's present. So go down there, subscribe, turn on the noties. Links in the description as always. X, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. Make sure you follow those, join those. But with all that being said, that is going to do it. I will see you guys on Monday with our college basketball Power 40 rankings. Hope you guys enjoyed this one.